so that we don't judge ourselves too harshly and sometimes bring down the spirits of the men and women who do their best, go out of their way, make sacrifices to make our country great. In our midst, we have great men and women. We have Kipchoge Keino here, a legend. Huyu mzee tumpigie makofi jamani. Can we celebrate Kipchoge Keino? Wapi nduru ya huyu mzee jamani, Kipchoge Keino. You know? We have always known Kipchoge Keino. In fact, many people think he's in the league of Vasco da Gama. Because he's part of our history. He's part of what we learned as we grew up. The fact that he's still here in our midst is a great testament of what sports can do to a person. Congratulations, Mzee, and we will continue to celebrate you. We have great sportsmen. Just seated next to him is a great medalist, gold medalist. Yeah? Ezekiel Kemboi. Tumpigie makofi Ezekiel. You know? At one point he was called Babayao of sports. Yeah? And of course we have the great man who is now the president of our NOC. You know? Paul Tergat. Pigeni makofi. And we have many. And what do I say, you know, about the man who tells us, no man is unlimited? Eliud Kipchoge. Yeah? Eliud is a great legend, you know, and I know how people were disappointed. You know, many people, you know, made all manner of comments. How can Eliud not finish? You know? But Eliud, we celebrate you. You have held our flag high. You are a great Kenyan. You are a great legend. And many of the other athletes, please, people, let us celebrate these men and women. Let us criticize them less. They do a lot. They go out of their way. They make sacrifices to make our flag be flown in capitals around the world, right? Tafadhali, you know, I know we set for ourselves very high standards, but we must be careful to know that when we are successful, we must remind ourselves to thank God and to celebrate and to appreciate. So I am very happy this morning, really, that these great men and women have brought success to us. They have brought glory to our country. We are celebrating here, and we should never, ever take for granted. You saw the kind of celebration in Botswana for one gold medal. One. We have 4. Huh? You know? And if you read some places, people are criticizing, oh, you know, our team did not do very well. I don't know what. I don't know what they would do if there are many countries who went with large teams to Olympics. They never got a single medal. You know? Out of the 8 gold medals in the Olympics that came to Africa, 4 came to Kenya. Situpigie makofi hawa wangwana jameni. Tuwapigie makofi. This is a wonderful, wonderful moment for us. And that is the reason why continuously, it is the reason why we established the sports fund. It is the reason why I gave firm instructions in 2022 that the sports fund will be used for nothing else other than sports. There was an attempt to spread that money to other areas, to do many other things, to do many other interventions. I have given firm instructions to Waziri, you will get it in your office, that sports fund is for our sportsmen and women, to promote sports infrastructure, to promote our sports support for our sportsmen and women. to make sure that we recognize them, we keep them well, we treat them well, and we make sure that they succeed, because they are our greatest ambassadors for our nation. As I said, many people will visit Kenya because of what they see in our sportsmen and women. Many people will come to Kenya because of the brand of our country that we have elevated. And we must continue to elevate brand Kenya in every way that is possible. I wish every Kenyan can make a contribution, as small as it is or as big as they can, to make Kenya that brand that the world wants to look up to. And we cannot brand Kenya by doing negative things. We can only brand Kenya by doing the things that the world can celebrate about us. And I am very proud this morning, almost emotional, that these sportsmen and women are making our country great. Look at Beatrice. You know, with her small body. You know, and she has made the whole world to stop and play the Kenyan flag. Can we celebrate this girl? Really? This girl, Faith, has done it countless times. You know, it is not always that a person, in fact, you will give me the statistics, General Tuwe, whether there is another human being who has done one gold consecutively in 3 Olympics. It is very rare. You know? So Faith, we celebrate you. You know, you are a great Kenyan, and we appreciate what you're doing. Look at this Emmanuel guy. Very young guy. He just, how old is he now? 20. You know? This guy, you know, now, in his debut, the first time he participates in an Olympics, and he wins gold. Eh? This is the correct brand of what we expect of people. Mpigeni makofi jameni. You know, these are the great Kenyans. Thank you very much, Emmanuel. You can take your seat. You know, look at Faith, the last born of our team, right there. You know, with a great future ahead of her. You know, let us celebrate these good people. And the senior athletes, those of you who have gone ahead of these younger ones, please provide mentorship, you know, work with them, train them, and the Ministry of Sports, because we already have made the policy position known that apart from the sports infrastructure that we have put in place for all our sports, we need to expand and diversify our sports so that when we go to Olympics, we can get more talents rewarded. We can get more young people participating in different sports, being part of this great celebration. Waziri, you are aware, we already are focused on another 25 sports academies around Kenya. I expect that after the designs have been completed, I already gave instructions on the designs to be done by the School of Tibet with other professionals, so that we make sure that we nurture talent from youth, from the bottom going up. The reason why we are expanding our sports academy to 25 different places in Kenya is so that, like the way, you know, Wanyonyi has come through, Faith has come through, Beatrice, from the juniors. That is where we need to build more talent, even in our football and all the other sports. We must begin to build it from the bottom so that we can harvest and harness as much talent that is out there as possible and provide the infrastructure for training. It has been said here by Paul Tergat that sports is becoming very technical. We need a lot of technical expertise. We need a lot of training. We need a lot of science. We need a lot of understanding around it. And Kenya being the country that is foremost in our continent, we must actualize, internalize, conceptualize, and bring it to be in our country so that our talent can be nurtured. You know, you remember this good man who used YouTube. This Julius guy who went to YouTube because there was nobody to train him on javelin and all this. So he decided, okay, wacha niende huko kwa internet nijipange. So today, he just came back from the Olympics. And he was almost there. Mpigeni makofi. And so are the other athletes. I celebrate all of you. We will make sure that we give you due recognition, and the efforts you make, the sacrifices you make, we will, to the extent possible as government, try to recognize and reward those efforts that you're making. I have given very clear instructions to the ministry on the kind of reward system, you know, Waziri, on how, so that, you know, more young people can understand that there is something in sports, and the sports can be a career. And let me also say this, that we have a whole commercial business around these sports. You know, our business people are sleeping on the job. They are sleeping in business. You know, how can people be looking for Kenyan sports wear and sports gear in Paris and there is nobody to sell? You know, what are you doing here in Kenya? Kelele tu, tunapigiana kelele hapa. Watu wangekuwa huko Paris wakiuza vitu huko. So I want to encourage more business people, more enterprises, more companies to commercialize our sports, put in the money for us to have that brand that is Kenyan, and a brand that will earn more money for our sportsmen and women. I am looking forward to expanding the sports infrastructure. And I want to encourage not just government, but even the private sector. I know, for example, that around this region, there are facilities funded by different people. Those facilities should be taken to the next level so that we can have more young people access training, you know, sports gear, facilities, assistance, mentorship, as we deal with the menace of doping. We must deal with it firmly, decisively, so that it doesn't undermine our great talent as a country. I have spoken more than I should. But it's because I am truly proud of this team. And thank you very much for doing this for Kenya. Thank you very much for coming this morning so that we can together inaugurate Eldoret City, the city of champions, together with you. There couldn't have been a better feat than you participating in this great celebration. So asanteni sana. I wish you well. I don't know, you're going to have breakfast. I know we are running short of time because the other event is, we are already behind schedule. Lakini muta kidogo. I am told you eat very little. Ama you eat little wakati muna practice. Mukitoka huko munafanya compensation. So karibuni sana for a quick breakfast so that we can go and do the City of Champions celebration. God bless you. I wish you well.
Your Excellency, sir, before you depart kindly, we had the cash presentation awards.
Okay. Let me introduce First Lady.